All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the 22nd of February. I'm your host, Calvin Wineland, with the founder's log of American Butcher's Jerky. Good morning. It is a beautiful sunny day today, and today's topic of conversation is just going to highlight progression as to where we are today and where we've gone from January 4th when we did our last Founders Log. Today is episode or iteration number 5, and still progressing little by little. Just a little bit of background outside of the jerky business. I've moved to Alabama, as I previously said, and we are established in a new house. This is going to be our base of operation. Just my garage. You see all these businesses today starting out, or you've heard businesses that started out of a garage. And I think that's really funny just because it allows people just to have the most space to work. And majority of my work is actually done in this office that I'm currently sitting in. But a lot of the production and the distribution side is done out of the garage. I've set up a computer, the fridge, just to keep the jerky cold. And that type of operation is all done in the garage. But today is just kind of a status update, giving you guys some more information as to where we are, where we've progressed, where we've come from the previous, and a lot of work has actually come forward. And I want to talk a little bit about the successes that I've learned just within the last month and some of the failures, just because I am still learning new things every day, which you should be, but we're progressing. And you know, I saw this quote that talked about baby steps in the right direction at the end of the day are still steps in the right direction. And I thought that was really cool. So no matter how little your steps are, as long as you're taking steps in the right direction, you're still progressing towards your objective. You're still pushing and leading up to where you want to go. And that's hopefully what we're trying to do with our jerky business today. But let's just talk about where we were on January 4th. So I just established the bags. We were talking about doing some future planning and some bigger operations. And so now we've kind of sidetracked a lot of that into still finalizing the logo. We've come up with a catchphrase to match our jerky, and it is from the fields to the field. So the fields being the animals where it's raised. Beef comes from farms and fields. And we're taking this all the way to sending it to soldiers in the field, located actually out and about on the military field. So that is something that we're trying to do. We've tagged that slogan in, and we've finalized our 4 names of the beef jerky that we're going to run with for our first iteration in the very beginning. So just to start it off, we have the All-American Classic, which is just our classic beef jerky. Can't go wrong with the classics. And then we have 3 other, flavors. We've got Teriyaki Tang, which is just a teriyaki flavor. It's got a little hint of the Asian zing in it. And then we also have the jalapeno pepper, which is specialty for our hot and spicy. It'll definitely sweat you out a little bit. And then a little combination of the teriyaki and the jalapeno. We've got sweet and spicy. That is our maple syrup hot sauce kind of combination on that one. So yeah, that's where we are on the names. We've also progressed into establishing a new bag. There was a lot of conversation where I was going to go buy bags and looking at trying to find alternatives to bags. But I found this great idea just searching through the internet on how to package certain products. And I came across this company that they basically wrapped their soaps in paper and then added a sticker, a label to the top and bottom of it. And I thought that would work perfect for what we want to do with the jerky. So we have the airtight Ziploc bags that the jerky currently goes in. But what I'm doing is I'm taking a piece of paper, a camo paper, a 12 by 12 that I bought from Hobby Lobby for 25 cents a sheet. And I am then wrapping it, folding it so that it aligns perfectly with the bag. And then I went to Hobby Lobby and bought a paper cutter. I've also bought some basic stickers, homemade stickers. And so I went on to Adobe Illustrator, and I kind of created the label that I wanted to establish. So I've got a front label, a back label, we fold up the jerky and I slap these labels on it. So our bags just look a little more professionally done than what they did before. We've established these cool labels that I think we've done a great job with. On the back label, we've just got a little quick saying about us, the name, the ingredients. The cool thing we're trying to do is the batch number that these actually are created in, so that you can kind of see the progression we've done in moving forward. And then each one of our labels actually has a trim around the outside of it that matches the specific flavor. For example, the All-American Classic is black, the Teriyaki Tang is in a red, the jalapeno pepper is a green, and the sweet and spicy is an orange. And as we add to our line of inventory of different flavoring down the road, potentially, we will change said trim to match different colors. Now, that is the packaging, the jerky, the labeling side of house, but we have also done a number of things on the social side. I've established an Instagram, and I am going to be trying to post once a day on the Instagram. If you're interested, go check us out. It's American Butcher's Jerky with an I. That is the Instagram tag. And I'm trying to post once a day, like I said. I was doing a lot of research on the amount of times that you should be posting on Instagram, trying to look at different avenues of approach for social media. And I found that some companies do it twice a day. And just for myself getting up in the go, I've decided to hold back on that one. And I'm just going to try and do it once a day. But what I want to do is I've posted 3 pictures already. But I want to go from the very beginning of our progress here at American Butcher's Jerky and kind of progress to where we are now. So, for example, the very beginning was just talking about the very first picture that I've ever taken of our jerky. It was the real beginning step process, and then I've progressed into the actual meat that we've used for our jerky, and then into the logo graphic design aspect. And I really want to just allow people to go through our Instagram and see the progression that we've been as a company, as a business. And I think that'll really show the audience the work that we've come across and kind of gives them an insight as to things that we have focused on in each step of the way. And so that starts off with, you can have a name, but most importantly, your product is heads go. So that's what we started with, and we've kind of worked our way up. And I was trying to think about doing a Facebook, Twitter, but one of the things that I also read was to focus on one specific avenue of social media, become really good at it, and then you can expand your horizons and dabble in other areas. And so I thought that was definitely a big step for me, was just to get onto social media. I know the pictures aren't going to be great, but nobody's first of anything was ever incredible. It's always takes work and it takes progression. So I know the first picture is not going to be good. And I know that maybe by the 300th picture, we're going to start to pick it up, slowly get the swing of things, and we'll be able to progress on that. Now, I only have one more thing to kind of keep you guys updated on the status, and that is our poly mailers. So I was determining between shipping in a cardboard box or shipping in a poly mailer, which is more or less like it's like a plastic sleeve, and it folds on the top, and it allows me to be more durable with the bag. And if I get t-shirts, I can throw them in there, etc. And so we've done a poly mailer that is custom designed to our brand. And so I was on Adobe Illustrator. I was kicking out one of those, and I think that I've come up with a pretty solid idea on what I want to do for the mailer. But we'll kind of progress with that a little later, as we're not quite ready to start shipping. Now, I guess just future, giving you guys what my next plan is. So we have the bags, we have the jerky, we think that we're finalized on our design. Now we actually have to come up with the website and the actual way of selling this product. And I want to do that. I think I'm going to finalize Shopify as my source. But the situation we're coming up with is I leave for SEER in about a week, which is 21 days of no outside communication with the world. So I'll probably start the Shopify, and then I'll have to basically put it on hold for 21 days. I won't be able to do these updates, and that'll be really getting us to hopefully being able to launch a site so that we can start selling these things. But that is a real update as to the progress of American Butcher's Jerky from the fields to the field. It gives you pretty much an insight as to the packaging, the jerky, the design aspect, and the social media, all in a quick little wrap-up video. So I just want to say thank you all for listening. I don't know when the next one of these founder logs will come out, but stay tuned, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Thank you.